So welcome to this short, fiery upper body sequence. So we are mainly focusing on elements of upper body strength that involve push. So there's lots of poses within a vinyasa where obviously we're pushing, chaturanga, holding plank and downward facing dog. But we don't do so much pulling in our yoga practice. So it's just good to be mindful of when I say upper body strength, we are just kind of thinking of that pushing element in this sequence. So it's only going to be short. We're going to get straight into it. If you fancy a little bit of a warm up beforehand, by all means do. We are going to spend a little time warming up those wrists. It's quite a wrist heavy practice. Okay, come to stand at the top of your mat and then big inhale to lift the arms high and exhale, dive down. Inhale, find a flat back, look forwards and then plant the hands and come into your first plank pose. So here we're really getting straight into it, getting involved. Your toes are going to tuck under, your heels are going to drive back. And you're going to brace the abdominals. And then here with your breath, you're going to really fire out the exhale. And that's going to switch that core on even more. And then we're going to really think about pushing our way out of the earth. So not this sensation of falling forwards, we're pushing ourselves back. I'm going to hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower the knees. Now we're going to have a little cross of the ankles and we're going to do some chaturanga push-ups on the knees. So the elbows tuck into the body and then you're going to lower the chest down. We've got 10 here. Push up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down, extend the legs, and then here, lift up as high as you can, and just find that stretch along the front body. Good. And then we'll take it back just to the knees. And making sure your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Take your fingers to the side of the mat. We'll have a little sway, left and right. So just taking a bit of a moment to pause. Now we've done some work on the wrist just to stretch that out after a little bit warmer. Good. And then come back through to center. Have a kneel. And shake it out the shoulders, shake it out the wrists. Wonderful. Nice. Okay, downward facing dog. Come to extend through down dog. You're going to pedal it out. Push one heel back, second heel back. And like we're walking on the spot. Good. Now from here, we're going to find our downward facing dog, roll to plank, and then reverse it back to down dog. We've got 10 here. So start with a wave through the spine, chin to the chest, wave it through, then come to find plank, then chin to chest, wave it back. There's 1. Come forward and back. There's 2. Forwards, back. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to plank. Full chaturanga if you can. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Good work. Now we're going to come onto the forearms. So we'll relieve some of that off, that pressure off the wrists. But you know what we're in for here, don't you? So here we're in a dolphin. Now, number one is you just stay here. The aim is to keep walking the hips high. So tiptoeing in as high as you can. You'll notice then that you've got to engage through that scapula to push yourself higher away from the mat. Otherwise, we're going to be really down here, pushing up. Now, otherwise, we're going to do a lift of the leg, alternate leg. So we're going to lift the right, lower down, lift the left, down. Here's 8, 7, don't collapse forward, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now drop to the knees. We're coming back to this position in a moment. We'll just have a pause. So we can't, even though time is short, you kind of just want to drill through them. Go, 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 go. Now your body needs time in between just to have a little pause like we do. You know, the muscles are just the same as us, just a little relax, reset. You might just have a bit of a wrist maneuver, shake out, roll of the shoulders. Your body will know what it wants to do and you'll naturally just kind of do a one of them or one of them. Just resetting. Okay, dolphin again. We have the option to hold again, or we're going to come forwards and back. Now this is a real burner. It's really, really good if you want to build strength for a pincher, for a forearm stand. Or just, you know, I always say that because that was a huge thing for me. I was like, I want to do a forearm stand. But know that not everyone does. And actually just building the upper body strength is enough on its own. You don't need to have to want to do a forearm stand. Anyway, so make sure we're not too wide here. Draw the elbows in. And then choice to have hands flat like stars gripping into the mat, or choice to interlace the fingers. Now for this one, I prefer to have them flat so I can aim my nose towards my thumbs. Now if it gets a little bit too much, you can do this one on the knees, and we're just shifting the weight forwards and then push through the forearms to bring you back. So you're still working the same muscles, you just got a little bit of support. And that's all good. It's our foundation. We build from there. If you feel ready to come all the way up, it's that same setup of dolphin. You're going to tiptoe the feet in as far as you can. And then we're going to rock the weight forwards, nose to thumbs, push back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good, and come down. Now what you might have noticed is those elbows drift apart. It's very, very normal. But when you notice you do that, you want to build the muscle that's going to keep them in. So when I'm talking about forearm stand again, but when you're aiming for that, the way you get your lift is that pulling in as opposed to just, you know, they're slipping out. That's how you often think when you see these people in inversions, like, I'm so low to the mat, I can't get any lift. It's that drawing in the scapula, pulling it in. Okay, back to a downward facing dog. Now a little pedal left and right. We're going to do a reach through. So we're going to touch opposite hand to leg, and then either you come back to down dog or you come back to a plank. So your choice here is touch, down dog, or we start in plank, Take it back to down dog, touch, end back in plank. Take it to the opposite side, end back in plank. So we've got 10. Whichever you want to do, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Stay in plank. If you want to have a little break, by all means do. Pause this, come down, stretch it out. You're going to carry straight on with me. Left hand to the middle of the mat. Come onto the outside edge of your left foot. Hardest version, stack feet one on top of the other. Little easier, one in front or knee down, okay? Just ensure that this wrist is under this shoulder. And then here, lift up through your top arm. We're going to hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it straight over to the opposite side. Get your set up and hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down, one more to each side. This time, take an easier option, or one step harder, hover the leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to a plank. Have you got a Chaturanga? Inhale up. Drop the knees. Exhale to kneeling. Good. Shake it out the wrist. And flash the fingers. Roll the shoulders. Good. And then we're going to come down onto our bum. We're going to find reverse tabletop and reverse planks to come to finish here. So the hands are going to come behind you, fingertips point towards you, and then we're going to lift up through the bum. So make sure your feet are nice and flat, hip distance. We're going to lift, try to get those hips as high as the knees. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower but don't touch, and then squeeze to lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more sets. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower, lower, lower. Good. Just a little break. It's a tough one on the wrist, so take that off. Roll, head roll, whatever feels good. And then we repeat that exact same cycle, or we come to a reverse plank. So it's the same thing. We're going to lift, hold for 5, lower but not all the way, and repeat. So 5 sets. So go for it, whichever one you want to do. If you go in reverse plank, your heels are down, hands back. Make sure there's that nice spread of the fingers to get the grip here. And then we're going to lift, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. 2 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. Good. Swing it around. Come to cross the legs. Nice. Interlace the fingers. And we'll find a little Mexican wave. Take it slow. And really fold the hands on top of each other. Forearm comes to forearm. And reverse. Take it the opposite way. Good. And then flash those fingers. Good. Reach your left arm out long. Bring your fingertips to point down towards the floor. Your right hand's going to grab the end of those fingertips and just pull them in towards you. So you feel a little stretch along the forearm and into the wrist. Lower the shoulders down. I noticed I was kind of here. Take them down. One more. Good, and then we go opposite side. One more. Really nice. Okay. Rolling back forwards and through, or swinging the legs to the side, we're going to come into extended puppy pose. So knees and hips will stay stacked. You're going to walk your hands forwards, and then we're going to lower the chest down as much as we can. So maybe your chin is down, you look forward, maybe the forehead is down. Whichever works for you. You might even be able to come onto the fingertips here. And stay wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. I want you to slide all the way back to a child's pose. And then take your hands off the mat, up and over to the left side. Your right hand rests on top of the left. Forehead just guides back down to the mat. Nice deep breath. Nice, and then back through to center. Take it over to the right side. Head comes back down, one hand on top, your left hand on top of the right. And back through to center. And then slow motion, roll through that spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Come to lift. Kneeling position. Nice big roll of the shoulders up to the ears, back down and away. A roll of the head just to release. Take that round. The opposite direction. Good. And you're all done. I hope that was good. I hope it's given you some bit of a flavour of those upper body strengthening skills you can have, especially if you want to work towards any particular inversions and just building strength. Mainly you're quite leg focused. That was very much me, and yoga's really turned it around to actually strengthening the upper body, finding that whole balance of strength. So not just over dominating in one area because you know you're stronger there. Spread it out. Thanks for being here. I'll see you again for another one tomorrow.